Hi, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. Today, I would like to talk about Black women's superpowers. If you are, um, I want to give a caveat right away. I'm not talking about Black women as superheroes, right? I'm not talking about Black women as being superhuman. Black women are human, okay? We're human people. We're not superheroes who are designed to take all the weight of the world without any, problems. We are not that. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. But we do have some advantages over other people. We do have some things that make us better people. So I'd like to just sit and talk about that today on this fine Saturday in Black History Month. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. I'm a house sitter and the creator of House Sitter School and the co-creator of Exodus Summit. On this channel, we talk about Black women taking career breaks and sabbaticals. We talk about Black women moving abroad. We talk about Black women house sitting for free accommodation. We talk about Black women bopping around the world and embracing ease. If these things sound good to you, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe. I'll wait for you to do that. I need water. I'm going to wait for you. Okay, thank you. Okay, also turn on notifications, ring that notification bell, and you'll be notified when I post a new video or when I go live with my friends. Hi, friends. Hey, Comfort. Hey, Dr. S. Hey, One Sister. Hey, Erica De Niro. Hey, Princess Umi. Hey, Dr. Kishi. Hey, Virus. Grace, Kimberly. I saw Connie Perry here when I first jumped on, but the thing moved too fast. Hi, Connie Perry. That's my mom. Good morning. I'm on a new thing where you can't just find people's messages. You used to, on the old thing that I used to be able to type her name in and find her. But I can't do that now. But hi, Mom. I did see that you typed good morning to everyone before I jumped on. How's everybody? Let's talk about these things. Again, I'm not saying Black women are superheroes. There's an organization that I really, really like the work that they're doing with and for Black women, but they used to use the language, Black women are superheroes. And so I had to stop. I stopped going to their Instagram and their stuff. I stopped watching their stuff online because I hated that language. We're not superheroes. We're human people, right? Superman, as far as I know, he does not die. Superman cannot die. Spider-Man can just do like, psst, and he can escape, right? We're not that. I'm not saying that. I've never, ever said that. That is not the title of this video. This video is just the things that I think that make Black women the best people. Maybe that's what I should have called it. Here are 3 or 4 reasons that Black women are the best people. And how can we lean into that? How can we use that in our lives? That's what I want to talk about today. Okay. If you haven't said good morning yet, please say good morning. It's what we do here. If you're watching the replay, hello, friends in the future. I hope it's awesome. Say hi there. Go over there. Say hi. Okay. I'm still in a hotel. I'm in Las Vegas, as you see. But I leave today. I check out today I'm leaving Las Vegas today. Okay, so let me go ahead and get to it and tell you the 3 things that I wrote down. Now, I wrote 4 things down on a list. Let me share what I think Black women's real superpower is. Black women's real thing is. And remember, I'm not saying we're superhuman. Okay. Some of you don't even like the term Black girl magic, which to me is okay because I don't think of Black girl magic as I don't think of it as an individual thing. I think of it as a collective. When Black women get together, there is magic. I think that's how I have come to terms with the term Black girl magic. But I understand that some of you don't like that even. Okay. I'm not saying Black women are superhuman. Okay. I'm very aware that we are human people. But here are the things that I wrote down on my list. Our superpowers include, this is not an exhaustive list. Our superpowers include giving grace, making lemonade, empathy, and connection. These are things that Black women do that other people don't do or don't do as well as we do. And I'd just like to chit and chat with you about that. I was in a conference this week, and I actually attended the sessions for one day and met some new people. Yesterday, LaRonda took me out to eat. LaRonda, who lives here in Las Vegas, took me out to eat. I've done a good amount of talking this week. There's my mom. Hi, Mom. She says, beautiful skin and hair. Thank you, Mom. Thank you for the compliments. It's 7 a.m. here, as y'all are well aware. Okay. 10 a.m. Eastern time comes real early on the West Coast. I'm in a conference. I've done a lot of talking. So, and like being in a tip-top mental condition. Today, I think I'm just going to be in a relaxed and chilled mental condition. We're just going to chill. Okay. But those are the things that I think that we have that are advantages that we can use in our lives. Giving grace is something that Black women are amazingly good at for other people. And I would like to make it part of my mission to help Black women give that same grace to themselves. Every week, I'm late on this live stream. I often don't have good internet. Sometimes I cannot stop fixating on how my two eyebrows were drawn on differently, and I get distracted. I can't think of words. I can't recall words that I want to say that I should be able to recall. I can't recall names. I use people's government names. When they don't use their government names on the internet, I mess up a lot. And you give me grace every time. But that some of you same women, friends, haven't started your own YouTube channel, haven't started talking your own talk because you're not able to extend that grace to yourself. I'm going to add this on, Dr. O. Thank you. I'm going to add that to the list. She says our voices. I agree with that. Dr. O says our voices, what we say carries power, even if it isn't noticed until much later. I would include our voices figuratively, our figurative voices, but also our literal voices are something else. I love to hear Black women talk. And I often use it as a test. Some people, when I look at them, I'm like, she might be Black, she might not be Black, but let me hear her voice. When I hear her voice, I will know something will resonate inside of me or not. And then I'll know the answer, right? Voices. I agree with that. I'm going to add that to our list. Donna says, I try not to watch myself when I'm live. There's a lot to be learned as a YouTuber, okay? There's a lot to be learned from watching your own live streams. I mean, watching them back, right? Watching the replays. And so I hope that you can get in the habit of watching your replays. There's good info there that you're missing when you're live, whether it's the chat, what happened, the activity in the chat when you say something in particular that maybe you want to write down and remember for your book, right? Or something. There's good information in rewatching. And you have to be able to watch yourself with grace, right? Watch yourself and look at your work with grace and not with judgment. With the same grace that you're giving to me, to anybody else whose work you watch or read or whatever, you have to be able to extend that same self-compassion. Thank you, dropping knowledge bombs. Thank you. Set that same self-compassion, because if you don't give it to yourself, how are you going to, I don't think you can receive it if you don't give it. Right? Because then when people do try to give you grace, you're busy telling them why you don't deserve it. But being able to give yourself grace it will change your life. It'll change your life. I talk about this a lot. One day I heard the words that I was saying in my head to myself. I heard myself talk and I was like, I'm not talking to myself like that anymore. I'm not saying I don't ever have negative self-talk. I'm saying I work to fight it, to fix it. Because who should I treat better than myself? Right? Who should I talk to with more love and care and compassion and grace than my own self? The answer is nobody. That's not a rhetorical question. That's not a rhetorical question. The answer is nobody. Nobody should get that if I don't get it. So I got to get it. You can't, it's really, you can see people who are not able to give themselves that grace, because when you try to say something nice about them, they already have a prepared list of reasons you're wrong. They have a prepared list of rebuttals to your compassion and your grace and your care for them. So that same grace that you extend to people, I hope that you'll extend that out in the world. I mean, I hope that you'll extend that to yourself. Learn how to give that to yourself. For me, it was combating the self-talk, right? Combating the words. Every time I would hear the things that I was saying to myself in my head, I would stop myself and refute it with what I knew was actually true. But it's not like an on and off switch. It's not like I never have negative self-talk. Absolutely not. It just means that I have a system to fight it when I hear it. Hi, Anissa. I struggle with giving myself grace. I freeze up when I think about starting a channel. Everybody is super afraid, right? I was super afraid. I hesitated. I put off starting my YouTube channel for, I think, a full 2 years. Like, I came back from my sabbatical and went to South Africa. And I think in South Africa is when I decided I wanted a YouTube channel. That was 2017, and I didn't launch my channel until June of 2019. So you're not doing anything that everybody else hasn't already done, right? I mean, your hesitation, you're freezing up. We've all done that. We've all done it. Hopefully you can just cut yours shorter. Hopefully you can cut yours shorter. Maybe this conversation can help you not take 2.5 years to start your channel like it did me. But it took me 2.5 years. And then finally my accountability buddies were just sick of me. And I was like, well, let me do this before they cut me off. I had accountability partners, Tiffany and Danielle, right? We've all been there. We've all done that. Anyone who's done something, especially when you think you might have something there, especially when you think this might turn into something. I don't think I had the thought that my YouTube channel could turn into something. I had no idea that I was about to be a part of a movement. I didn't know. But I did know that it was YouTube and it was scary, right? It was a public platform that's scary. But what I know looking back, I don't know I don't know if this is helpful to you before you get started. But what I know looking back is that nobody cares about those things that you're using as reasons you can't get started. They care about what you have to say, what you have to share. They care about you. They don't care about those things that you think are wrong. A certain person who's here in the chat was like, oh, I'm going to get started. I get my braces off next week. I was like, nobody cares that you have braces on, right? Nobody cares. They care about what you have to say. They care about you. They don't care as much about how you look as you care about how you look. Nobody cares about how you look as much as you care. I know that as a vain person. I know that nobody cares, because I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm on 10 today. And people will be like, oh, you look nice. I'll be like, nice. I look nice, girl. I look like this today. And you talking about, oh, I look nice. And then when I feel like I'm on a 6, y'all be like, oh, you look nice. And I'll be like, nice. Nice. You think this is the best I can do? Nobody cares about how you look. Nobody cares about you showing up as perfect. So if our superpower is grace, if one of our superpowers is grace, one of our kryptonites is Black excellence, which tells us that we have to be perfect, that we can't show up messing up, that we can't show up figuring it out as we go, that we have to be perfect. That's Black excellence, right? That's the kryptonite of Black women. Is kryptonite a good analogy? Superhero comic book friends? Is that a good analogy? I think that's what we're going to go with until you give me a better analogy. Black excellence is the kryptonite to our superpowers. it helps us to not execute, not use the very superpowers that we have, because we're not perfect, because we're not, uh, because we're learning, because we're figuring it out as we go. Black excellence doesn't give us, thank you, Chanel, Blurred approved, thank you. So, Black excellence doesn't give us grace, right? There's no grace for you inside of Black excellence. There is excellence or trash. You are excellence or you are not worthy. So these are two sides of the coin. No, kryptonite. I'm going to go back to kryptonite, right? Black excellence is the kryptonite to our superpower, which is grace. Yeah, okay. Donna says, shaking loose those limits in my head. Yeah, we have all just put limits, lived within some limits, decided, agreed on, or been given or been handed some limits. But let's go to number two. That's number two, lemonade, making lemonade. You can blow past those limits when you want, when you decide that those limits are not for you. This, to me, this ties into my second point, my second thing about our superpower, which is turning something that other people would see as a negative and making it a positive and beyond. When I took my career break or my gap year or my sabbatical in 2015, when I quit my job to travel for a year on savings, part of the reason I did that was I was so upset about not having my own family. And I thought that, well, least I can do is make lemonade. If I don't have kids, the least I could do is do something that I wouldn't be able to do if I did have kids, right? That's what I mean by making lemonade. Let's do something that I wouldn't be able to do otherwise. If I had what I wanted in life, I thought I wouldn't be able to travel the world, just pick up and go. Now, once I got out there, I did see plenty of people traveling the world with small kids. So I didn't know, but I'm talking about what I knew at the time. So what I knew at the time was my way of making lemonade was to pick up and travel the world in a couple of suitcases for a full year. And that's something that Black women are really, really good at. That is another superpower of ours. I'm gonna swear, okay? But we can eat a shit sandwich, right? We should not have to eat a shit sandwich. We should not have to eat. But one thing a Black woman can do is eat a shit sandwich and then turn it or turn it into a buffet of, no, I don't. We're going to get rid of this. It's 7 a.m. Okay, I'm still figuring things out. We're going to get rid of the shit sandwich. We're going to turn it into, we can take something that we can take lemons. Let's go back to lemonade. We can take lemons and we can make lemonade. And good lemonade that we actually like, right? Not just, I'll settle, not just this is good enough, but we can make it into something amazing. Okay. I don't usually curse on my YouTube channel. If I do, I usually go back and bleep it out because YouTube used to pay you differently. That ad people used to pay you differently if you had 4-letter words in there. I don't know if it's still the case. And I'm not going to have time today to go bleep it out. I got too much to do today. I got to pack and go to LA today and maybe go to the movies. I might go to a movie today. A lot of people, white women, let's say white women, especially American white women, when handed lemons are like, the sky, it's the end. It's the end. Whereas a Black woman is like, and here's some lemonade. It's a special gift that we have. That is, it's a gift. So maybe that's a better way to say this than superpower. It's a gift. Because life is going to give you some lemons. Being able to live a good life, even if life gives you lemons, that's a gift. I'm not talking about people who are supposed to love you and cherish you giving you lemons. I don't believe in making lemonade out of lemons, that people who are supposed to be giving you diamonds are giving you. If they're supposed to shower you with diamonds, they're supposed to shower you with diamonds, right? I'm not saying making the most out of a relationship or a friendship or a family situation that's lemons. But I'm just talking about life, right? There's a difference between life did this to me and he did this to me. Okay? I'm not talking about he did this to me and now I'm going to make lemonade. I want to be clear on that. Okay? But some life, right? I just woke up at 39 and didn't have children, right? Well, my child is in the cemetery is what it is, right? My child is in the Waco cemetery, right? That was my lemon. And I was like, well, let's see. What is a thing if instead of being in this pit of pity, I was in a pity pit, right? Instead of being in this pity pit, how can I celebrate where I am today? Because I spent enough time grieving and mourning and ruminating, enough ruminating. How do I celebrate where I am today? And so that was what I did. I quit my job. I traveled for a year on savings. I went to Southeast Asia. I went to Japan, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines. I stopped by Australia. I went to France and Portugal and Serbia and Hungary. And I think that's 12. I think that's 12 countries. And I did that in 12 months, 12 countries in 12 months on $1,200 a month. And like I said, at the time, I thought that that was a thing that I could only do because I didn't have children. Turns out you can do it with children. I saw plenty of children, plenty of moms out there doing it, but I didn't know. So that was my lemonade, right? That was my lemonade. One of my, and I see Black women doing that all the time. And I think that it's a thing. We do it so reflexively at sometimes that we don't realize how amazing it is for us. And how many people can't do it? How many people can't do it? Right? How many people need somebody else to come in and make their lemonade for them? White women definitely are not able to do that. They're not able to do that. I don't know how many white women you know, but it's a thing that they cannot do. They cannot. They dig themselves deeper. They cannot say, here's what I have. Here's what I'm going to make of it. They require other people to come in and rescue. And that person's not coming for us. Okay. That person, whoever that rescuer has been for white women, does not exist for us. So we have been our own rescuer. So that leads to another point. What we do very well is share and care and connect for one another. And my 2 points really are one, empathy, connection, sharing, they all go together. I separated empathy from connection and sharing, but they all go together. I saw a video on a YouTube short just last night. A white guy, it was a football sideline, the sideline of a football game. And a white player walked past his bench, banging his helmet against his head because he did something. He was upset, right? He walked past the bench on his own sideline and he was banging his helmet against his head 3-4 times, good 3-4 times. The white players reacted by going, ooh. The Black players reacted by grabbing their heads. There's an empathy and a connection that Black people have that white people don't have. I'm going to use that as a scientific study, okay? I'm using that as a scientific study. That to me was like in a nutshell. That is it in a nutshell. The white people reacted to what he was doing. The Black people felt it. If that connection is a thing that if there is a connection between us, humans, people, or not even just humans, right? Because some, you ever look at some, I saw a picture the other day that wasn't even a face. It wasn't a human or an animal, but it looked like the object looked like it had 2 eyes, and I felt for it. It was just an object, a piece of, there was a video about a piece of space trash, a picture of space trash, but it looked like looked like a little monster with two eyes. And I was like, oh, it was just material and something, right? We have a connection. There is something that connects us all and connects us to things on this planet, connects us to animals, connects us to the plant life, connects us to all living things. I think based on after that conversation with Tony Jones, I think that is with the soul, right? That is the soul. I got to talk to Tony Jones here on this channel. I think that there is, that video to me was evidence that we have a soul, a thing that connects us, and that they don't. Okay. I'm not going to talk too much about American white people because some of you are, in community with American white people. This is about Black women having soul, right? This is Black women having connection on a level that other people don't have. Black people having it on a level that other people don't have. I think that is a superpower. It is, if we say it is. It's been a thing that has sometimes caused us to be overly helpful, to want to be the superhero. That soul has caused us at times to want to be the superhero, the martyr. But I think we're not at that place anymore. I think there's been a real shift, and I think we're okay with not doing that anymore, not martyring, not laying our lives down for other people who don't have that to give to us, who don't have the capacity to even consider thinking about possibly maybe doing something for us. That was my interview with Coach Tish the other week, right? We want some things from people who don't have it to give. They don't have it, right? We got to stop asking them for it. We got to stop expecting it and waiting for it. They don't have it to give. Okay, Missy says it's because we forget our boundaries. We haven't known them, right? We haven't known boundaries. Black people in the United States, you know how we got here. Most of us, you know how we got here. We didn't. There wasn't no boundaries. There was no such thing. So this is a new thing. I don't know that it's a thing about forgetting our boundaries as much as finally being able to exercise, finally being able to have them and exercise them. All right. Yeah. Got to be Oshun. Yeah. If I don't know, I'll be like, oh. In Ohio, there was a community. I think the town was Gallipolis, Ohio, right? Black people, but they didn't look like we're used to Black people looking, right? So if she said, I'm from Gallipolis, you'd be like, oh, okay, got it. But it also, you could hear it in the voice. Years ago, I worked with a woman, Angela. She in Delaware, and she was from a town in Delaware, like Gallipolis. She was from a town in Delaware where there are Black people who don't necessarily look like we're used to Black people looking, but they're Black people. And I worked with her, and I worked with them for 3-4 years. And I didn't realize that the white people didn't know that Angela was Black. I didn't know that they didn't know. Like 3 years, y'all there was nothing ever that, right? I could understand them not knowing that town, right? Because it's a small town and it's in in lower Delaware, it's south, right? I could understand her saying, I'm from Cheswold. Is it Cheswold? I'm from Cheswold. And them being like, that don't mean nothing to me. But at some point, didn't y'all hear it? And then finally, she showed a picture of her boyfriend. And they were like, oh, your boyfriend's Black? And she was like, I'm Black. She had worked at that job for more than me, longer than me, 3-4 years. I was like, if you couldn't tell by looking at her, you at least could have heard her voice. You couldn't hear that in her voice. That's when I realized that resonance it doesn't resonate in them because they don't have that, right? It doesn't resonate. The sound of a Black woman's voice is not necessarily a giveaway to them because the resonance is inside of me, right? It's inside of me. Yeah, Celeste, Gallipolis, close to West Virginia. Yeah, right? Like places have those places. But that's, listen, as soon as I hear your voice, I'll know. I don't know. But it doesn't, I thought it was a thing that everyone could hear, but it's not, right? Just like in some languages, people are making sounds that you can't distinguish, right? Like the the Hausa people, I can't do it. Hausa, I can't do the click, right? But there are different click sounds. They all sound the same click to me. That's not my language. It doesn't hit me. It doesn't hit me the right way. Same thing with Black women's voices. You can't hear it if you don't have it. So that's been a thing that I really that I came to understand later. I mean, it said leave them blind. I agree with that. We ain't got to explain. They don't need to know everything. They don't need to know things. I agree with that. I just didn't. I was. It was before I joined the army, so I was early 20s. But I just didn't know that people couldn't tell that if you had to be a Black person to tell some things. I didn't know. That was the first thing that really jumped out at me. Pardon me. All of a sudden, I just needed to clean up this little space on the table, but the thing is stuck. And now I'm making noises that are unnecessary. Okay. Yeah, and I've had this too. I worked on in call centers, and even me, one time, I remember one time a customer being like, "Well, maybe if I was a Black person, you would give me this, whatever she wanted." And I was like, I know good and well you could tell I'm Black, but she seemed to not be able to tell. I was like, let me talk. Let me have you speak to my manager. My manager was a Hispanic dude named Oscar. I was like, let me have you speak to my manager. And Oscar get on the phone with his little accent, talking about hello. Okay. How are we doing on my list? Giving grace, making lemonade, empathy, and sharing. That's all I had. That's all I prepared for today. I want us to acknowledge our gifts as Black women, acknowledge the things that make us the best people. And so I just made a little list. Those are the things that I think make us the best people. Um, and there are some enemies of those things. So let's see. We came up with the enemy of grace is Black excellence. The enemy of making lemonade, or the thing that the kryptonite to that, is probably also Black excellence, having to have things perfect. Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Not, yeah, the kryptonite to making lemonade. Yeah, I think is having to appear as though everything is wonderful on the outside. Prioritizing the outward appearance of things instead of the reality of things. I think that's the kryptonite to making lemonade. You won't make lemonade. This is one of the reasons white women cannot make lemonade. They can't make lemonade out of life's lemons because they need it to look like they have everything, even though they do have everything. They need it to look like things are going great. One time I did a summer volunteer thing for the YWCA. YWCA had a program where they taught kids how to be community advocates, Black and brown kids mostly. Or I guess it was open to all kids, but Black and brown moms enrolled their kids, is what I'll say. It was open to everybody. And so one summer, I think 2 summers, my job let me take off 2 weeks and go volunteer at this summer camp without using my vacation time. And one time we played a game, and it was like capitalism, the game. It wasn't Monopoly, it was a stand-up card game. And one kid had very poor cards in his hand, but and you could trade cards. But anytime anybody was like, give me like, let's trade a card, he'd be like, nope, 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 right? At the end, Javier had a terrible hand. He had a terrible hand. And so the woman who was running the program was like, okay, this is it. This is the game in a nutshell. Javier, why didn't you trade every time somebody wanted to trade with you? And he said, I wanted people to think I had great cards. Even though he had the worst cards, the outward appearance of things, making sure that you appear as though you have this, even if you don't have it, is the enemy, is the kryptonite of making lemonade, of saying, I don't have this thing, but I'm going to make something good out of it. I don't have my own family. I'm going to make good out of that. So, okay, we're doing good today. The enemy of empathy is just soullessness, gaining the world and losing your soul, right? You can sell your soul. And so selling your soul is the enemy of having empathy. And sharing in community, the kryptonite of that is I got to do it myself, right? White, rugged individualism is the enemy of that. Rugged individualism is the enemy of community and sharing and connection. If you have to do it on your own, okay, do it on your own, but you're not going to have any community, not going to have any connection. Ain't nobody, you're not getting any help. Okay, good. Yeah, I remember that. Javier, I'll remember that forever. That was before 2010. I left that job in 2010, I think. But I remember that forever. I can see him right now standing, and people walked up to him. He's like, right? All you had to do is trade a card, and you could possibly blindly trade cards until you had great cards, or you could blindly trade cards until you had worse cards. And every time somebody, right? I'm like, I'm walking around, I can see his hand. So I'm like, what is he doing? What is his game here? Maybe he's going to do a last minute hocus pocus. But she was like, no, this happens every time we play this game. Every time we play this game, somebody wants to look like they have a good hand, even when they don't have a good hand. That is, that's America. That's a thing. That's a thing, America. That's how America wants us to live. All right. Okay. What do y'all want to talk about? I just want you to know what you have. This is my Exodus Summit t-shirt, and I can't get it all on the screen unless I do like this. I hope Black women know what you have. I hope you can tap into that, those gifts. If you don't like the word superpowers, tap into those gifts and utilize those gifts. The gifts don't work if you are convinced that the rugged individualist way is the way to go. The gifts don't work if you're convinced that the world you would prefer to gain the world at the expense of your soul. If you're willing to sell your soul. The gifts don't work if you buy into Black excellence. If you have to be excellent to be worthy, right? If you can't try and fail, if you can't start over at 50, at 60, at 70, if you can't do those things because Black excellence says that's not how we do it, you're losing out, you're wasting your gifts. Oh, girl. So, Radical Health Series. This is Deborah. Every rugged individual had help behind the scenes. Girl, in the fields. The rugged individualist had help in the fields. Right? The rugged individualist had help in the field, not just behind the scenes. He had somebody, they had the family, right? The rugged individualist family had Black women raising the kids, somebody else, Black people working in the fields, somebody else taking the horse and what is it? They put the saddle on and taking the saddle. Somebody else took care of the horse, and they called themselves a rugged individualist. The big lie. That's the big lie. That's the big lie. Hey, Alicia Renice. Alicia says the rugged individualist dies. It's a lie. Yeah, the lone wolf. The lone wolf is super vulnerable. The lone wolf is very vulnerable to the elements, to starvation. I don't think wolves have a natural predator, but you are vulnerable to predators if you're a lone wolf, and especially if you're injured or you can't find food because you're not in a pack. The lone wolf is the vulnerable wolf. That's why they want you to be a lone wolf. That's why they want you to be a rugged individualist, because it's so much easier to pick you off. Get you a pack, please. Thank you. Get you a pack. Thank you. Right? The self-made millionaire. The thing moved too fast. The self-made millionaire. I can't get it on the screen. I'm sorry. But yeah, the big lie. But then it convinced us for long enough, it convinced us that that was our path, that we should be the rugged individualist, that we should be the self-made such and such, when they weren't self-made. So I think we're over it. I believe I'm here in Las Vegas and things feel very different. Every Black person I have come in contact with or had conversation with, it's very different. From the Walgreens security guard singling me out to be like, hey, good morning, right? Just a young 20-something-year-old security guard who sees people come and go all day, right? I walk in behind a family of people who are not Black people. He don't say a word to them. Hey, good morning. Las Vegas is not a place where I think people say good morning to each other, right? I went to the conference and I was talking to a white man who is a manager for YouTubers. He helps them get sponsorships. And I told him what I did. And a Black couple turned around and stopped me and were like, you do move abroad? We're about to move to Spain, right? I don't know. I have had like conversation with 3 or 4 different Black people since I've been here. The conference didn't have that many Black people. 3 or 4 strangers. I met a woman who is part of the Exodus, who is part of the community. But these strangers, all of them said, oh yeah, we're about to move to such and such. Like, it's a new day for Black people. And they weren't like, I know your channel and I'm moving to. They were just like, oh, we happen to be we're moving to Spain. Spain for the couple, Panama. Oh, and then I met Kimberly. I got your card over here. Kimberly or Keisha, names start with a K. I met her whole family in the airport, but she's part of the Exodus Summit community and they live in Panama, right? They live in a town in Panama I've never heard of on a beach. So maybe I'll holler at her. I have her card, holler at her and see if she wants to talk about it when they get back. Yeah, there's been a shift. Things are changing around here. Yeah, I'm glad to see it. Feminine by Design says, I believe you get a community vibe because you expect it. I think that's the shift. I don't know. I think it's out. I don't think it's me being different. I think it's people being different. Listen, right? Because that couple, they looked like Black excellence. They looked like the type. They were in their early 30s, I'm guessing, right? Although she could have been 64. I don't know. I don't know how old Black women are, but they looked to be in their early 30s. She was a speaker at the conference. And they looked like the type who would, if I had met them 10 years ago or 5 years ago, right? They would have been, we're buying a bigger house. I'm going back to school to get another degree. We're doing this XYZ, right? They looked like Black excellence. And they were like, we're moving to Spain. Now talk to us about Spain versus Costa Rica versus Colombia. He liked Colombia. She hadn't been to Colombia. So I was like, go check that out too. And I told him, you don't have to pick, right? They were young. I don't remember asking if they had kids. I didn't ask if they had kids, but you can just bop around. You don't need to pick a place until you get there and decide later. You can decide a whole lot later. So I don't know. It feels different. It feels different. I'm a feel person. I go by how things feel. And to me, things feel very different here. Black people are on some new stuff now. We are not committed any longer to staying here and trying to make this place a better place. We are committed to just going to a better place. I love that for us. You could stay and try and fight and struggle to make this a better place. Or you could just go to a better place. I love it. I love just going to a better place. Anasa L says definitely a shift with more and more Black people everywhere saying that they are checking out. Checking out. I love it for us. I love it for us. I love it. We deserve, right? If white women never have to make lemonade and somebody, we could learn how to not make lemonade and just live good lives. I agree with that. Right, girl, please. The so-called rugged individualist has a 5'2", 107-pound Sherpa carrying 70 pounds of gear up and down that mountain. But the rugged individualist gets the credit for climbing the mountain. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. Yeah, but I feel like there's a something that soul that connects us is detecting. My soul is detecting some changes around here. I was just in Las Vegas in October, November for that other conference. It feels different. Like walking down the street is different. That was October, I think. I think that was before the election. It's different. Like I couldn't get over it because listen, this is not, don't get upset with me. I'm just reporting the news, okay? In my life, I became invisible to younger Black men, right? They just don't say hi to me. They don't say good morning, right? I just became invisible in my 40s. When he was like, hey, good morning, I was like, oh. Now in LA, where Rashida and I were in that conference in LA, that in Southern California, every Black man we saw said hello to us, no matter how old he was. If he was 75, if he was 25, he said hello to us. And I was like, this is a very Southern California thing, I think. But in the rest of the country, I'm just invisible. I'm wearing my invisibility cloak. So to hear men, Black men, just being like, good morning, how you doing? Oh, right. Not the man who's handing out the things on the corner. There were people handing out coupons, but just like regular everyday people, tourists walking past, Black people are feeling different. Black people are feeling different today. See, Christian RN says she's starting over at 59 and loving it. That's a gift. That's a gift that would not happen without rejection of some things, right? Because Black excellence doesn't let us start over at 59 and especially not feel good about it. It's a gift. Yeah. Nichelle says the invisibility is real. I understand why you were startled. Yeah, I was like, oh, we on some new shit. We on some new shit now. Okay, hello, good morning. And then when I left, I said, have a good day. I think he said something about good luck. Oh, wait, there was another comment. I'm sorry. I saw a comment that I wanted to get back to. Hi, Dr. O. I saw a comment I wanted to get back to, but I must not have started because I don't have it in my box. It was something about something. What was it? Something about something. Erica says she loves the invisibility. I do not. As a vain person, I feel like people should be turning their necks when I walk by. So, I'm like, did they not see me? Wait. Let me try it again. Did they not see it? But that's a me problem. That's a me problem. Amina says we have to sustain these feelings and make moves. Congress can't put our capes back on. Right. Right. Yeah, we absolutely don't want to waste this new feeling. We don't want to waste this opportunity. Because we don't want to end up worse than we started. Absolutely. All right. I'm sorry. There was something and I was like, I'm gonna get back to that. And I thought I hit the star button, but I didn't. And then you can't scroll that far here on StreamYard. But we can talk about the meetup. So I leave here today. I check out of this hotel at 11 and I drive myself to Los Angeles. I was torn between driving and taking the bus, but I ain't got nowhere to be. And so I got my little rental car. I'm going to drive to LA, stay at the airport for a couple of days at the hotel, stay at the hotel, for a couple of days. And then I fly to Hong Kong on Monday for 3 nights or 4 nights. 3 nights. This is 3. Stay in Hong Kong for 3 nights. And then I get to Vietnam for the Vietnam meetup. How many women are in the WhatsApp group? So we had more than 100 women RSVP in the Exodus Summit community. But on the WhatsApp group, which is just for people who are definitely coming, we have 64 members. We have 64 members. So it's going to be at least 64 of us in Vietnam in a few days, hanging out, getting clothes made, drinking our Vietnamese coffee and eating our pho, riding our bicycles around, having a grand old time together. So that's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about that. I really loved who I was in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is challenging, right? The language is different. You're not going to be able to read the language. I don't think. You're not going to be able to read. You're going to be illiterate in Southeast Asia. You're not going to be able to understand a whole lot of anything that people are saying to you unless you're in the tourist area where they're speaking English. But life is better. Life is slower. Yeah, life is better. So I'm excited to get back there. I know everything changes. All things end. That's the song I've been listening to lately. All things end. So I don't know. And I know that Vietnam has had a lot of construction and build up since I was there in 2016, early 2016. But I hope that we can at least get back to that, get to some rice fields and I just want to ride my bike around the rice fields, get my clothes and shoes made, hang out by the pool, get in the pool, get in the ocean, and eat really good food. So I'm excited for that. It's going to be a good amount of time. Some women are already there. I don't get to Vietnam until the 14th, and then I leave on the 1st or 2nd of March. So some in and out of that period of time, there'll be women coming and going for the meetup. Some have been bopping around Southeast Asia already. For some, it'll be their first time in Southeast Asia. Some will leave Vietnam and go to Bangkok or Kuala Lumpur or Singapore. I couldn't remember it. Singapore or Cambodia. So it's going to be a good meeting point, and then they're going to branch off and do their own things afterwards, and it's going to be amazing. I got to LaRonda, who's here in Las Vegas, took me out to eat last night, and she told me about a friend, a real friend she made in the Exodus Summit community. I had a coaching call with Maya yesterday, and she pulled up her group chat, which is a gang of 10 real friends who are together. Exodus Summit our work is around moving abroad and taking career breaks and sabbaticals abroad for Black women. But the best thing that we do is create a place where Black women develop real friendships, real connection, real community. That's the best thing that we do. We do move abroad. We do house sitting things. We do sabbatical things, life-changing work, super life-changing work. But I think even more, wait, what happened? My screen. Even more than that. Sorry. Are you still there? Oh no. What did I do? Oh, you're still there. Hi. Even more, sorry. Even more importantly, Black women get community in our space. And we're so proud of that. So very proud of that. If you're not a member of the Exodus Summit community yet and you're a Black woman, come on and join us. I know, listen, we're on Facebook right now, and I know that y'all don't like Facebook like that. Nobody likes it like that, okay? But we're working to get it off of Facebook. So if it's worth being on Facebook for, because like if you weren't on Facebook, you wouldn't have known that we were getting together in Vietnam, right? You wouldn't have known, about the meetups that we're having all over the world, not just all over the country, but all over the world. So it's worth being on. I think I'm not here to tell you to compromise your integrity, but if you are okay with being on Facebook, the Exodus Summit community is worth it. And then once we have another platform, we'll tell you. Once we're on another platform, we'll tell you. Okay, that's the goal. So speaking of another platform, in the conference this week, one of the decisions I made was to get on Snapchat. Less Meta, less Facebook and Instagram for me is what I would like to do. Less time on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know if Snapchat is all that much better as a platform. They marketed it in the conference as a place for friends. Let me see what they had a little logo, Snapchat. Something about friends. It's not a place for the algorithm. Okay. Something about, I don't know if Snapchat has I think they have no algorithm, like no recommendations for you. It's just who do you already know? Okay. That's who you see on Snapchat. Who are your friends? So I think I'm going to try to Snapchat maybe Hong Kong. I don't know if I'm going to do too much in Hong Kong, but my time in Hoi An in Vietnam, I'm going to try to put some of that on Snapchat so that those of you who can't go can still see what's happening. I'm trying to, I don't know, but listen, I joined Snapchat yesterday. Okay. I don't know how to tell you. I'm vicarious on Snapchat. Can you just look, anybody use Snapchat? Can you just look it up? I'm a person who I'll try it. If you tell me in the conference that Snapchat is a social media platform with no algorithm and it's a place for you to connect with people you already know, your friends, I'll be like, okay, I'll try it. So I'm over there. I have a little barcode. I'm gonna put, let's see. I don't know if this will work. Can you, there's my little barcode. I don't think that's gonna work. I'll send it out to the email list in a little bit. By a little bit, I mean like in a few days. I'll send my Snapchat barcode out to the email list. I'm vicarious. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna, share snap code. Hold on. I think that was the snap code. Oh, Amina. Hi, Amina. Oh, okay, you're doing it. Okay, hi guys. Yeah, I don't know how to use it. Yesterday I went to the laundromat and I tried to Snapchat that just to test it out. My cousin Keisha's on Snapchat and she didn't say anything. So I don't know if my snaps didn't happen, if my snaps didn't go through. I don't know. I got to learn it. But yeah, so sabbatical starts Monday, says I use that with close friends and family, right? That's the difference. Snapchat is not an algorithm for the world. It's for your people. And I think it might be helpful for me to have a place for my people that is not for the world's view. This YouTube channel, sometimes I do be saying some stuff where I'm like, that probably should have stayed behind a wall somewhere. So that's where I think now, if in 2 weeks I'm like, oh, I don't use that anymore, I'm sorry. I'm trying it out, but I do think if you want to see the Exodus meetup in Vietnam, I think there'll be some stuff there for you. Okay. That'll be a place where you can see it. Okay. Yeah, I want to do less Facebook stuff, less Facebook, less Instagram, WhatsApp is going to be hard to separate myself from. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I like WhatsApp, like groups. I like WhatsApp, but I can shrink my Instagram and Facebook usage with time. I do, and then put specific things in specific places. Put the Snapchat stuff on Snapchat instead of putting it out on YouTube for everyone to see. And then LinkedIn, I think I had a special request from one of my LinkedIn followers to do more stuff on LinkedIn to reach more Black women. I think I'll do some repurposing of some content over on LinkedIn. Yes, Snapchat only lasts for 24 hours. That's the thing. The stories, the videos, they only last for 24 hours. So it's not like a repository. It's just like here's what's happening. So yeah. Hi, Cree girl. Yeah, it disappears. It's not a replacement for like an Instagram post, but it's like the Instagram stories where things disappear. Yeah. Oh, Junket, thanks for saying that. Junket says she's like in Substack. Oh, Mocha Moselle and I have created a Substack called the 6-Minute Sabbatical. I don't know how to share that link to you, but we've created a Substack called the 6-Minute Sabbatical. It's a paid newsletter once a month. It may become more frequent, but not less frequent. A once a month paid newsletter where the profit goes to the Vicarian Sabbatical Fund, right? You know that we've given money to Black women to take sabbaticals and go on retreats. We are over $55,000 now given to Black women from this space. We've given $25K to 2 Black women and $3K to Lisa for the retreat and hundreds of dollars to some other women. So if you want to become Substack, Adelia, Substack has platform Nazis. So I have a Substack. May change. Maybe it'll change. We're still on Patreon. So what I've done is what I thought was going to happen is move everyone from Patreon over to Substack. It may happen in reverse. I don't know. The Patreon community and the Substack community and the merch, that money goes into the Vicarian, the profit, right? Because they have expenses, they cost money. But the profit goes to the Vicarian Sabbatical Fund. The newsletter is called 6-Minute Sabbatical. If you go to vicarious.com/sabbatical fund, the link should be there. I don't know what the actual link is. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't know what it is. Okay, vicarious.com/sabbatical fund. All right. Thank you. Hi, Christine. Thank you very much for the super chat. Christine says, just found a new job. Happy to support you. Congratulations. Thanks. And thank you very much for that. And Latoya R., thank you also. Thank you for your super chat. There it is. Latoya, thank you very much for your super chat. And her daily affirmations. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you for the work you do and the community you've created. Thank you. I hope you're still here. Thank you very much for that super chat. The money goes into the Vicarian Sabbatical Fund. So thank you for that. There are the ways that you give to the Sabbatical Fund, super chat, remember that YouTube takes a cut, but super chat, 3 ways: Patreon, Substack. One of those will go away. We're not going to keep Patreon and Substack. One of them will disappear. Thank you, Amina. Amina's helping me. Substack link. So if I click on this link, I'll have it. Copy. Thank you, Amina. Okay, now let me share this with you. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, this is the 6-Minute Sabbatical. I did one of the newsletters that we did. I think the January newsletter included a 1-hour video of the rain in Puerto Rico, right? This is a newsletter about sabbaticals. This is a newsletter about taking, I call it 6-minute sabbatical right now, but the name will probably change sometime soon. But it's like, take a pause. This is a pause newsletter. It's a newsletter to encourage you to stop. And the January, so you can go back to the January one. If you join the Substack, you can go back and watch and read the January newsletter, and you'll see the, thanks, Amina. You'll see the 1 hour video of the rain in Puerto Rico. If you need an hour to sit, or less, an hour or less or more, right? Because you can always replay it, of that rain in the background. That is something that we sent out to the Substack subscribers in January. I did sunset in Fiji back in the fall, but that was a shorter video. It might have been an hour, actually. I think it was about 15 or 20 minutes, but it might have been an hour. So there's some videos that the Substack subscribers get. It's my cousin Keisha. Hi, Keisha. So there is a video that I was just telling everybody that I got on Snapchat, and I saw that you were my first friend on Snapchat, but I don't know if my snaps went through yesterday. So I don't know, because I'm learning. What am I saying? Oh, right. So those kinds of things are inside of the 6-minute sabbatical newsletter. Yeah, so those were some special videos. It was just an hour of rain in the Puerto Rico rainforest. And then I think maybe an hour of sunrise or sunset in Fiji. And I think an hour from the boat when we took the the Ritz-Carlton cruise, an hour of the water. That might have been on this channel. Anyway, there's some special videos over there because that newsletter is about the sabbatical. Do you like it? Okay, I like the 6-minute sabbatical name. Okay, I watched part of the rainfall video, very peaceful, good. Yeah, I might change it, I might not. And the name should be clear to people that it's gonna be a newsletter that you're gonna like opening. I don't know. The first year we hosted Exodus Summit, I made a little video called the 6-second sabbatical with Rashida. I just took a picture of her face and pasted it over a woman skydiving, a woman sitting at the airport, a woman on a train. It was just a quick 6 pictures for 1 second each. And I called it the 6-second sabbatical. And it's the same picture, same Rashida face doing these things, skydiving, sitting on a train. Right? And I thought it was so hilarious. But the 6-minute sabbatical is the newsletter, the Substack. Okay. All right. I feel like I missed an opportunity for a really good conversation. I saw a question pop up and I said, let me star it. And I didn't star it. So I apologize, but I've run out of things to talk about. Mosun O, how do we move out confidently with government changes when many of us depend on a lot on the funding the government provides us? This is not advice from somebody with any insider info. Okay. I feel fine about VA stuff, Veterans Administration money. And if you already collect Social Security, I think if I already collected Social Security, I would feel fine about that money not going away. But what do I know? Whether you stay or go, you still need to live and eat. If the money goes away, is it going to be easier or harder in your city compared to the place that you're looking to go? Do you have community and connection? I think whether you're moving abroad or staying, I made a video not too long ago, whether you're moving abroad or staying, right? If you've decided that you're not moving, you got to do some things. You got to get in community. You need to know your neighbors. A lot of women have been adding on, like Imani, who was a speaker at the first Exodus Summit, has added on, no matter what you're doing, you need to renew your passport. If your passport expires anytime in the next 4 years, renew it today, right? So I feel, as a person who gets a very small VA check, but would like it to increase. Okay, believe me, I think when I get back in Delaware, I think I'll have time to work on that. I would like my VA benefits to increase. I don't feel like my guess, my best guess is that that money is that money, and that money's not going anywhere. And so I think if I lived on that VA money, if my VA money was thousands of dollars instead of hundreds of dollars, or my VA money is not even $200 a month, right? But I think I would still believe that it's going to stick around. But I would always come up with a plan B. I would have a plan B. I think co-living and living in community with one another is a solution that a lot of us are going to move towards, so that you don't have to have the stress of keeping up a whole household if your money does get slashed. And having community, having people who put in together, we put in on this together, is a solution that a lot of us are going to move towards. But I think the answer to moving out confidently is probably, is my money going to be better if I go to another place? Is my health care going to be better if I go to another place? Is my quality of life going to be better if I go to another place, to another country? Then it's kind of like, I don't want to say a no-brainer, but there's no pull to keep you in the United States. There's no pull to keep you in your current city if you know you're going to live better, your health's going to be better taken care of, your expenses are going to be lower. Then why not? Right? What is the pull that says stay in the US? So, how do we move confidently? We find out answers to the questions that we have, right? There's a peace out protocol. The protocol to moving abroad is 8 steps. And everyone who's moved abroad has done these 8 things. Where am I going? What does it cost? Where's that money coming from? What do I do about my people and pets? What do I do about my property and my stuff and my home? Do I get residency, and where and how? What do I do about healthcare? And what about the fear and the mindset, right? Those 8 parts of the Peace Out Protocol are what we do inside, what we cover, what we make progress on inside of the Exodus ASAP coaching program. So if you join the Exodus ASAP coaching program, we can work with you on those things. Confidence comes from experience, and that experience can come from having community with other people who've experienced it. Confidence is impossible for something new. It's impossible to feel confident doing something you've never done before. That's not confidence, okay? That's not how confidence works. It's impossible to feel confident doing something new. But you can borrow some of that confidence from other people who have done it, from being in community with people who have done it, from getting support and advice, coaching, accountability from people who have done it. Okay. Long answer, but I hope that was helpful to you, Mosin. Inside of the Exodus ASAP coaching program is at exodusasap.com. It's a monthly coaching program. In January, we worked on getting clients in your business if you have or want to start a business so that you can leave the country, right? January, we worked really hard on that. February's focus is on a few different things. I just did coaching on Thursday. Let me get this link in here. I just did coaching on Thursday. No, Rashida and I together did coaching on Thursday on like putting what we call spotlight coaching. Spotlight coaching. What is your plan? Where are the cracks? Where are you over planning, right? For women inside of the community. Boom, boom. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Copy and paste. I can do it. February is about February is about your plan, and your plan with info, feedback from other alumni, from women who have already done it. Not just me and Rashida, from Exodus Summit alumni, from women who have moved abroad, from women who are bopping around currently as a nomad. Your plan evaluated or reviewed by alumni. March is residency month in Exodus ASAP. March is residency month. I'll be working on residency. I think I can say that Rashida will be working on something, the thing beyond residency, citizenship. Okay. Rashida will be working on a second citizenship. So March is residency and citizenship month for the women in the Exodus ASAP membership. And then April is language month, right? We're going to do some language learning and language sharing and exploring time in April in Exodus ASAP. Our monthly membership is priced for you to make progress. Okay. This is not a set it and forget it price. But if you want to make progress, if you don't want to be sitting around in 8 or 10 months and saying, well, I still want to move, but I didn't do anything. Come and join us in Exodus ASAP. Let's get some progress together. Okay. Exciting stuff. I agree. I agree. After I have coffee, I'll be better able to explain it, but we're going to be gone. But those are the things that are coming up. If you're inside of Exodus ASAP, that's what's coming. If you're not there yet, join us at exodusasap.com. The link is in the description of this video already. If you're in the Exodus Summit Facebook community, we'll keep you posted on things so that you can join us, so that you won't miss out, so you can join us. All right. I saw a question scroll by about the YouTube challenge. Do we have one on the calendar? Hold on. Let me see. I may have put, Clarice and I may have put it on the calendar, but I don't recall. Time is funny. Oh, here it is. Monday, February 23rd. Oh, my last week in Vietnam. That's right. So we're going to do it at, I don't know if we've decided on the time. I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yes. Monday, February 24th through Friday, February 28th will be my next YouTube challenge, YouTube Success 5-Day Challenge. This time it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Vicarious.com/challenge if you want to get on the wait list. The sign up is not up yet. It was not time to sign up yet. Join the challenge here. Copy, paste, and then change the date to February 20 what? 24. Yeah. It's going to be a smaller. The challenge is normally 40 women, 30 to 40 women. This time it'll probably be 20. It's going to be a lot smaller, but it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern time. So those of you who were like, listen, I can't make it at 3 p.m. This is for you. 8 p.m. Eastern time. I think that'll be 8 a.m. in Vietnam. I think that'll be a good thing. But it'll be smaller because I'm gonna be in Vietnam and I'm gonna be wanting to have fun. Okay, I'm gonna want to ride my bike. I'm going to Vietnam to ride my bike and get clothes made. But you can get on the wait list at vicarious.com/challenge. Get on the wait list and then we'll email you. We'll probably open it up. We generally open it up. Yeah. So probably around the 12th, 13th, 14th of February, we'll send an email out to everybody on the wait list. So go ahead and get on the wait list so that you can. Oh, Lindsay says I'm off that week. Oh, look at that. Good timing. Okay, good. And Amina may take the challenge again. You don't need to take the challenge again. If you have taken the challenge, work through your workbook again and just get started. You're welcome, Amina. You're welcome to take it again, but you don't have to. I'm a good teacher. I'm a good teacher. Now, every time I host the challenge, there's probably 2 or 3 women who have taken it before, who are coming back, who didn't do it. So this is for you, Anissa. This is for you. There's always some women who didn't who took it before but didn't do it, and now they're ready to do it. So you're welcome to take it again. But I'm a good teacher. Use what I taught you and do it. Thank you, Katrina. Katrina says, great teacher. Use what I taught you. But yeah, get on the wait list at vicarious.com/challenge. And then we'll open it up in just a few days now. And by this time next week, you'll be able to actually register and pay for the challenge. Not before 10. Hi, Stephanie. Do you think Canva is necessary to use for YouTube? Maybe the paid version is better. For YouTube thumbnails, I think Canva is necessary. I can't imagine what else you would use. Canva has some templates for YouTube thumbnails, the picture that you use as a representation of your video, right? Canva is easier. Now, the free version is fine. I think as long as the free version allows you to remove the background on an image, the free version is fine. I pay for Canva, but I have a team, right? I have people on my account. But I think the free version is okay. I think you can remove the background. Image removal is a thing that I use every time I make something, right? Except on this thumbnail. Today's thumbnail, I did not remove a background, but like any other thumbnail, almost every thumbnail you see from me, it's two different pictures. It's a picture, and then it's some text, and then it's my picture with the background removed. So it looks like I'm in that place, right? But this one, today's thumbnail is me actually in that place. But yeah. Oh, so Canva, I think so, because I don't know what else you would use. Canva makes it really easy, but the free version is fine. 221, peace and love. I'm on Amtrak, headed upstate New York for my first house sit. Thanks, Stephanie. Congratulations. Wonderful. Enjoy the house sit. I hope it's amazing. I hope the weather is at least good for you in February in upstate New York. I hope the weather is what you want it to be, whether you want snow or you want not snow. I hope it's great. I hope the animals or pets or plants or whatever are awesome. I hope you have a great time. I hope that you enjoy house sitting. Welcome to house sitting. Welcome to house sitting. All right. Anything else we want to cover before I go? I gotta, it's almost 8:30. I gotta check out by 11. I'm mostly packed. I didn't really unpack. So yeah, you might see my stuff right there. My suitcase is right there beside the bed. I'm mostly packed. I'm going to go Uber to the car rental place, pick up the car, and then go eat some food, I think. Eat some breakfast. LaRonda told me about a pancake place to go to. Let me think. I may have pancakes. In Bogota, I was such a healthy girl. In Bogota, I mean, I walked 3-4 miles a day, almost every day. Most days, I'll say. And I ate healthy, real good food. I'm back in the United States. I've had chicken sandwiches and onion rings. I've had pancakes and bacon. These hotels in Las Vegas have lost their minds. They are so greedy. Vegas 20 years ago was not this. It was not this. But now it's the worst. There's no refrigerator in my room. Last time I stayed at the MGM Grand, was the MGM Grand or the Horseshoe who said, no, MGM Grand was like, if you open up the mini fridge and put your own stuff in the mini fridge, we're going to charge you $50 a day. Now this room has no fridge. I don't know. This is not the Vegas I know. The greedy nickel and diming here is crazy. It's awful. I have not, and this is my second of 3. I got another conference to come back to. I'm going to the Black Enterprise Women of Power Summit. I'm attending. Sometimes I forget the names of conferences, and so I don't tell you about them, but it might be too late, but I wish I told you sooner. Black Enterprise Women of Power Summit is here early March. So I'm coming back. But after I leave here this time, I don't know if Vegas is going to see me again. I originally a few months ago, I thought 2025 was going to be the year of the conference for Stephanie. I'm going to conferences, I'm speaking at conferences, I'm conferencing. But nope, I don't think so. I think I've changed my mind because the prices are crazy. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that. So I stay in Airbnbs a lot. So staying in a hotel where there's no microwave is always an inconvenience, but sometimes they have one in a hallway, right? When I was in the Atlanta Hyatt Regency, they had a microwave room on every floor, right? But the no mini fridge, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, but everybody's got a mini fridge, and they had a mini fridge. They had a mini fridge, but they charged you $50 to put your own stuff in it. They had a mini bar, refrigerated mini bar, but charging you $50 a day to put your half and half in the mini fridge, I don't condone that. That's greedy. That's greedy. There's no other reason, right? It's not like, so this water, the Fiji water, the bottle of, you can't see, I don't want to show you, swing it around because you'll see that I have, oh, you'll see all my snacks. You'll see how unhealthy I've been eating lately. But they have bottles of Fiji water, $18 a bottle. Okay, I kind of expect that because Marriott for a regular size bottle will charge you 10, right? This is a bigger Fiji water. $18 for a bottle of water, and you kind of expect that. But not $50 a day to put your stuff in the mini fridge to keep it cold. This will not be the year of the conference for Stephanie. Okay, I'm going back to Colombia and I'm staying. I'm staying there, right? So it used to be though high vibes. So 20, I'm 50. Okay. So when I was in my late 20s, I loved flying from Texas to Las Vegas. Cheap, stay at Circus, right? You could stay at Circus. Even like this room, I think I paid $25 a night for this room. Okay. I'm in Harrah's. I'm leaving. So I'll tell you, I'm in Harrah's. And this time of year, I think I paid less than $30 a night, right? But you could stay in Circus for single digits, right? Not even $20 a night. Circus, me and Pam, right? Two double beds or two queen beds. It was the place. We could come to Vegas with $200 to our name, right? Come for 3-4 days, eat all the meals, drink all the drinks, play on the tables, play craps. I used to play craps. I haven't put money on a table since I've been here. But yeah, you could come to Vegas with $250. You're good, girl. You can't eat one day for $250. This is not it. So I've been going to Walgreens and buying stuff. But yesterday I went, because I did my laundry in the laundry. I went to the laundromat off strip yesterday. And I went to Albertsons and I was like, these are regular price. This grocery store is regular price. I've been eating out of Walgreens, which is still pretty expensive. Walgreens, one of the Walgreens on the strip. But now I'm going to the whatchamacallit. Yeah, so Ladybug, you can have housekeeping remove the fridge altogether, right? Just to make sure that they don't charge you. They said it. They had a sticker on there. They'll come and take it. They would rather come and take that refrigerator than let you store your coffee creamer for free. That's Las Vegas today. Greed is on another level. I was like, I kept reading the sign because I had my little creamer. I had just left I had left Utah. I had left the whatchamacallit, the national park. And only thing I really had was that coffee creamer left. Everything else I'd eaten. I ate my I eat oatmeal cookies sometimes as oatmeal. I had my oatmeal cookies. I finished the cookies. All I had left was the coffee creamer. That new Chobani. You know how Chobani now makes creamer, flavored creamers. I like my creamer to be real milk, real dairy, not coffee mate creamer. So I don't use the coffee mate creamer, but Chobani makes a real dairy creamer and had one that was cookie dough flavored, cookie dough. And they were like, if you open this thing, we have sensors. and we will charge you $50 a day. And I was pouring my stuff down the sink because no, I won't. I'm not paying $50 a day to store this $6 coffee creamer. No, I'm not. All right, all right. Yeah, so like I guess that's what people are doing. Nichelle says a cooler with ice. I guess that's what they're doing. Or just not putting anything, eating everything out, eating out for every meal. I do better if I can make coffee and if I can have coffee and yogurt in my room, I'm going to eat better than if I leave and go outside for breakfast, then the whole day is shot. Like today, like if I have pancakes at the old pancake, what did you tell me, Loranda? The old pancake factory, old pancake something. If I have pancakes today, then the rest of the day is shot. I'm eating the same old pancake house. If I have the original pancake house today for breakfast, then I'm also having French fries, a burger and fries for lunch, and pizza for dinner or something like that, right? But if I start off or better, I'll finish the day better. But they set me up here. It's impossible. You can't have yogurt. You ain't got no refrigerator. Yeah, so I was telling you my day. Pick up the car, eat breakfast, drive to the airport in Los Angeles. I may or may not stop in the middle and stretch my legs and whatever. And I may just put the pedal to the metal. I have an audiobook, so I listen to mysteries. So this is going to sound funny because I've talked about not liking the British accent, but I don't like the British accent in men. The English accent in men, I don't like, but I have no problem with the English accent in women. So I'm listening to the series of Cozy Mysteries, Reese Bowen. The series is called Her Royal Spyness. And I'm on book, I think it's number 7 or 8. So I got something to listen to take me in. And that's going to be my day today. Got my laundry clean. Dutch apple. Okay. Okay. I like berries. I like blueberry and blackberry. So I'm hoping to get some blueberry or blackberry something. Yeah. The egg and I? No. Hi, Pinky. Pinky says, have you tried the egg and I? No. I'll be back though. I'm coming back in March, so I'll keep it on my list. The egg and I. You're welcome, V. Wiggins. Yeah, I like actual dairy creamer. I like half and half. Or actual milk, half and half, or milk or heavy cream. I'll buy for the longest time I bought heavy cream, but I try to switch to half and half. But if I feel, if I'm feeling like I deserve, I'll go buy heavy cream and put that in coffee. It's delicious. When I saw the sign, I was like, I'm not reading this right. I'm not reading it right. They were like, we have sensors in the thing. If you put anything in here, we'll know, and we'll charge you $50 a day. I was like, there's no way. That's not 50 what? What is the currency? 50 pesos? It ain't no way it's $50 a day. It was $50 a day. So I went to their restaurant and I had a terrible meal. I went to that was the MGM Grand last time I was here, and I went to their Asian restaurant. It was awful. Like, if you're not going to let me eat in my room, the least you could do is make this expensive restaurant worth the effort. It was like a noodle bar. How do you not do noodles well? Oh, Jocelyn says heavy cream is best because it's the least processed over skim, half and half, 2%. Oh, well, but calorically speaking, I guess maybe I'll keep alternating, because calorically speaking, that heavy cream is heavy. It's delicious if it tastes so good. It's so good going down. Coffee with heavy cream and vanilla extract, sugar, or sometimes I'd put maple syrup in my coffee. That going down, it's a delight. It's a delight. Yeah, Lindsay said, if a bank can charge you to hold your own money and then charge you again to pull the money out, we're losing opportunities here. We're missing opportunities. Oh yeah, Pinky, you do the same. Okay, I hope you're still here. Okay, I think the hotel heard me making fun of it and was like, "We're gonna turn your internet off for a split second." We're here. We're here. I'm here. Can you see me? Yes, I'm back. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it just split. It just timed out for a quick second. The hotel was like, "You talking bad about me?" I know you didn't just talk bad about me on the internet and say the name of the hotel. This is why I don't have sponsorships. At the conference, 3 different white men stopped me and were like, "What's your channel about? What do you do?" I'm a manager and I help YouTubers get sponsors. The first white man, he said he looked up my channel stats and saw 190,000 subscribers. Thank you to y'all. He looked up at my stats and he was like, "I'm gonna send your information to my team right now." He was like, "We're gonna get you a 5-figure sponsor right away." I was like, I've heard this before. I just sat there. And then he said something about something. We talked for quite a while because I skipped a session or two. And he said something. And I was like, yeah, well, capitalism and patriarchy is killing us all. And he's like, "Oh, you're not going to like the sponsors I can get you." You're not going to like it. Let me find some different sponsors. And then another man was talking to me. And while we were talking, he was flipping through my channel. And I'm like, as soon as he sees the video, where to go when these white people start acting a fool, he's going to cut this conversation off. He's going to cut this conversation off. So, I still don't have channel sponsors, is what I'm saying to you. I was like, as soon as I meet with sponsors and they hear that my audience is women over 45, they lose interest. And he was like, "No, can't be. Can't be. Women over 45 have disposable income." And then he started scrolling through my channel and he was like, "Oh, I see why they don't want to sponsor you." He didn't say it out loud, but I could see the lack of interest immediately. So I've left this conference, which was about sponsorships and content creation, with no sponsors. So things have not changed. We back to where we were. Nothing has changed. You don't have to worry about me having to apologize for my sponsor's bad behavior in the future. I guess that's the good news. If nobody sponsors me, then I don't have to feel bad about the sponsor reversing DEI initiatives, right? If they never sponsor you, you never have anything to apologize for. That's what's happening. I sure did. Listen, I see the thing. Okay, Maya. Yeah, you let him do it. I sure, yeah. That's my channel. What can you do with that? He was like, I have one of the men. One of my clients is Tucker Carlson's channel. I was like, he's gonna hate this. He's about to hate this. You can see. He's like, do, do, do. All right. So I guess on the lemonade side, the lemonade is we don't have to worry about a sponsor acting bad and me having to apologize for them being the sponsor, right? A sponsor, we don't have to worry about that. That's the lemonade. That's the lemonade. Have I approached any Black companies? Yeah. Black-owned companies, they love to tell you they don't have the money, the budget, and then they go and sponsor somebody white. So I'm very disgruntled. Even though I came to this conference, I showed up with an attitude, and every time someone approached me, I was like, Black-owned companies will tell you to your face they don't have the budget, and then you go on Instagram and they're sponsoring a white woman. So I just feel like that's not the path. 2023 and 2024, I was convinced that sponsorship dollars were where the dollars were going to come from. Now I've given up. I've given up. I've given up because I've seen it time and time again. And I know good and well, they're paying the white woman more than I even asked for. They're paying her more. I'm gonna tell you, the Black Girl wines, the Black Girl winery people, what's it called? They make the Black Girl Magic wine. They were the first ones. They played in our faces about Exodus Summit. We don't have the budget. We don't have the budget. And then they paid a very expensive white woman to do a little social media campaign. And I was like, Black owned is not the same as Black. Black owned ain't always pro-Black or Black focused. A lot of Black brands don't want to be Black focused. They want to be for everyone. That's a choice. That's your choice. But say that in your little ad campaign. Say we're not for Black people. Say that. Right? Don't call you how. I might have to clip this part out of the video. This is why I need Snapchat, y'all. This is why I need a private place without an algorithm for just us to communicate. This is why your girl's going over to Snapchat, okay? Because that upset me. And then yeah, but that happens over and over. That was the first experience of that, the most in my face. Like, you think I can't see this? Right? What? What? But there are, yeah, it's not just us here. Okay, Jan, this is why I need a Snapchat. This is why I need a private place. But this is why I don't have sponsors. I'm convinced this is why I don't have sponsors. Which would be nice. It would be really nice to have some channel sponsors. If, it would be really nice to have some money. I mean, I have money. It would be nice to have, my view of this was that white men would pay me for this work. And that's how I view sponsors. Now, that's also how I view YouTube ad revenue. YouTube ad revenue, the ads that are running on my channel, that is white men paying me for this work. So I guess that's it. That's it. Yeah, but I was like, you think I don't see that? There's a difference between, but there are Black owned businesses that want to distance themselves from Black clientele. Right. And I guess, like, if Black people make up 13% of the country and white people make up 40% of the country, right? Okay. And racist white dollars, or racist whites have more dollars. That's the choice. You can gain the world and lose your soul. You can sell your soul. You can sell your soul. I believe that's a thing that people do all the time, including Black people. A small fraction of Black people. But say that. Right? Right? Don't call your wine Black Girl Magic if you want to pay white women as your spokespeople. It seems pretty. Right? And they have that white woman who was the that older white model that you see everywhere, I know she cost a grip. I know to get her as your spokesperson, I know that cost them a grip, right? Talking about, we don't have the budget. We probably didn't even ask for $3,000. We probably asked for $2,500, right? I know that cost a grip. Meanwhile, Black women who are good people were very supportive and very supportive of that brand. Reciprocity, baby. Where's the reciprocity? I think that's what we're on now. We're on that now. I love to see it. I love to see it. There are plenty of Black women-owned wineries and wines and alcohol brands that are not that, right? That are legitimately into Black women, Black people being their customers. But remember that there are some Black-owned businesses. Every time I mention some certain businesses, people will be like, and it's Black-owned. And I'd be like, but they don't want your money. They would prefer to have white people's money than your money. That's a choice. It's a choice. Maybe they have a long game that I don't understand. I'm fully willing to admit that. Maybe there's a long game that I don't get, but I don't like it. It doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. I'm not gonna like it. All right. Yeah, so we reach out. We've done a lot of sponsorship outreach in the past. I don't know that that's going to be a thing that we continue. Between Exodus Summit and my own channel and my own platforms, I don't know that that's going to continue. After leaving this conference, I feel even less inclined to move towards sponsorships. It would be amazing. It would be amazing because I consider my prices already subsidized by YouTube things, right? Coaching with me is relatively inexpensive. And it's because I consider it subsidized by YouTube. It would be even greater to be able to cut prices more because I'm subsidized by my sponsors, right? The work I do is supported by sponsors so that Black women don't have to pay. But that's just not the way things are shaking out. And I'm less and less interested by the day in pursuing that model. Because how many brands can you get snatched from you? Like, how many times can you be like, oh, I like this brand, and have them be like, not you, we're not for you, right? Like, I want to hold on to some brands. I want some to like me. I want to still be able to like some of them is what I mean. I want to still like some of these brands. So I'm less and less interested in that. The good news is YouTube ad revenue is still ad revenue, and that is still a way that white men pay me for this work, and that is still a way that my work is subsidized. It is still a way that I can do things without charging the price that I would really need to charge if I didn't have that money. So I feel good about that. Yeah, I feel good about that. Something else popped in my head to say, and I forgot it. Yeah, but so I do still consider, so if you have a business and you're looking at what I charge for things, understand that my stuff is subsidized, right? I've gotten at least 40K a year from YouTube since 2021, right? So that means I can lower my prices. My prices can be lower than probably yours can. If you need to live off that money, if you need to live off your coaching business money, I'm not the price setting model for you, okay? Because YouTube, I can live off of my YouTube money, especially as a house sitter, right? I can live off that. Yeah. Hey, LaRonda, do you miss me? Thank you so much for getting me out of the hotel yesterday. Thank you. Anything else? Anything else? I think that's it, friends. Okay. So Snapchat, I'll send out, if you get my email, I'll send out my link, my Snapchat thing. I got to fix my avatar because I don't like her. I don't like the way she looks right now. She doesn't look like me. So I got to fix my look because my cousin Keisha, hers looks like her. I got to, the hair, she's got two-tone hair. So I got to figure out my Snapchat avatar. And then I hope that I will learn how to use it so that while I'm in Hong Kong and Vietnam, you can see some of it. Okay. I feel like there was something that I said. I'm going to make sure I'd say this before I go. That's it. Okay, that's it. So my superpowers, and if you don't like the word superpowers, you can just substitute gifts. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, as Black women, we have these superpowers, or we have these gifts. The superpowers, though, have a kryptonite. There is a kryptonite. There is an antidote in a negative way for these gifts. So I think that our superpowers include giving grace to others. And I hope that our superpower will become giving grace to ourselves. But remember, the antidote or the kryptonite to that is Black excellence. If you can't be seen trying, if you can't be seen failing, if you can't be seen making progress instead of being perfect, you cannot give yourself grace. I hope that you will reject the idea that you have to be excellent to be worthy. And I hope you will embrace grace. Okay? Reject perfection. Reject having to earn value, worth, worthiness, and embrace being worthy as you are. The messy version of you, the unsure, the trying version of you, she's worthy. Black excellence is kryptonite to your grace, but your grace is your superpower. Use it on yourself. Okay? The superpower of making lemonade is the superpower of here's what I have, here's what I can make from it. That is a superpower that Black women have. Continue to use that in your life. Again, I want to say that doesn't mean we accept lemons from people. Life will give you lemons already. Life will give you some lemons. That doesn't mean we let people who are supposed to be loving us give us lemons. We're not supposed to be making lemonade from the people in our lives. They're not supposed to give you lemons. They're supposed to give you diamonds, okay? Or whatever the thing is. I don't know. Now we like diamonds again because now they're lab created. We like diamonds again. Yes, they're supposed to shower you in diamonds, not lemons. They're not supposed to be pelting you with lemons. If the people in your life are pelting you with lemons and you're turning that into lemonade, you're letting them continue to harm you. I'm not talking about the people giving you lemons, but life will give you some lemons. Make lemonade. That is a superpower that we have that other people don't have. And it's why they have to pull us into their nonsense to help them. But continue to use that for you. Diamonds and pearls. People should be showering you with diamonds and pearls, not lemons. Okay. But the ability to make lemonade from life's lemons is a superpower. It's a gift. Okay. Our empathy, our compassion, our soul, that thing that connects us to each other, to nature, to the world. It's a gift. It's a superpower. Not all human beings have it. That empathy that you feel, that connection that you feel to other people, use it. Flex it. Appreciate it. It's a gift. The opposite, the kryptonite for that is doing things on your own. Being the lone wolf, cutting yourself off. Don't cut that cord. Okay, you need that cord. Don't cut that cord. Do not be the lone wolf. Be connected, stay in community. Those are our superpowers. Those are things that make our lives amazing. The Black women who I look at, who I'm like, she's living. It's because she's exercising these things in her life. If you're the lone wolf, you're vulnerable. Get you a pack. If you're in the Exodus Summit community, raise your hand, get you a pack. So the women who I talked to 2 women yesterday. Both of them told me with real like emotion how the other women in the Exodus Summit community have been such good friends to them. LaRonda and maybe I shouldn't say a name because it might be another person who will be like, but you didn't tell about me. Okay. LaRonda told me and Maya told me about their friend and friends, real sisterhood that they're forming from women inside of the Exodus Summit community. If you need a pack, I would, number one, get inside the Exodus Summit community. Number two, look for a meetup. In-person events really make it easier to connect, right? It's not impossible. You and I are connected. You and I are friends, and we're on the internet, right? But getting in community with people in person is a shortcut, and you know I love me a shortcut. It's a cheat code. You know I love a cheat code. So I would go to exodussummit.com/community. It's a Facebook group for now, but in the future it won't be. I would look for an event, a meetup that I could attend, even if it wasn't in my city. I would look for a meetup that I could attend. I would probably look for one in my city if I wanted some in-person friends, okay? And if there's no meetup in my city that I can attend, I will start a meetup. Starting a meetup is just saying, I'm going to, like today, I'm going to the Original Pancake. Where am I going for breakfast? At about noon, I'm going to be at the Original Pancake House in Las Vegas. Who wants to have breakfast with me? That's a meetup, right? If I wasn't conferenced out, I would have planned something ahead of time. But listen, after conferences, I need time to not be with people. Even though I only went to the conference for a day, okay? After the conference, I don't like to have meetups after conferences. Because I gotta D people for a while. I am a loner who stays in a pack. Right? I am a loner who stays in community. I fight that loner urge because I know I live better in a pack. I live better in community, right? Kiana says, who wants to meet up in Brooklyn, February 19th? Kiana, I hope you're in the Exodus Summit community. Just make a post. Francis will approve the post and create the meetup and it'll exist, right? I'm looking for the link to Exodus Summit to drop in here. Community, copy, paste. That's what I would do if I needed a pack. If I was a Black woman and I needed a pack and this conversation was interesting to me, I would go to Exodus Summit, join Exodus Summit. I would go to the events tab and I would look for an event or meetup that I could attend. And if I don't see one, or even if I did, I would make one. I'm going to X on this date. Who wants to join me? A meetup with 3 people, 2 people, a meetup with 2 people is a meetup. And that could just be a person who is going to become your chosen family. Let the universe, hold on, let me turn this off. Let the universe, let the God, let the world work together to bring you the family, the pack that you want. But you got to take some action, right? You have to do something. And that something can be going to a meetup. So 60 something of us are going to be together in Vietnam. A lot of the women whose names I recognize already have their person, right? Already have their sister, their chosen sister, their friend or friends. But a lot of the names I don't recognize, which means that they're new, they're first timers. They're about to experience this for the first time. They're about to meet somebody who may become a travel partner, a roommate, a golden girl for them, and they don't even know it yet. They don't even know what's coming. I'm very excited about this Vietnam meetup. Again, I'm vicarious on Snapchat. I was going to say Super Chat. I'm vicarious on Snapchat. I'll try my hardest to share some experiences with you. Yeah, Kemi, they do Zoom meetups. The New York squad was like, listen, it's too cold. We'll meet on Zoom. Yeah, they do Zoom meetups. Yes. 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 Jackie from the UK did a whole bunch of individual Zoom meetups with people I think that was before the Morocco meetup. We did a Morocco in-person meetup, but Jackie wanted to know some people before she got there. So she arranged for a whole bunch of people to just meet with her one-on-one on Zoom, but it doesn't have to be individually. It could be and a bigger group. Yeah. Meetups are meetups. Yeah, we're not getting out here. Listen, I'm gonna stay in my house. I might be under the covers for the meetup, but I'm gonna be at the meetup. Yeah, it still works. Community is still community, right? Whether it's over across a screen or across a breakfast table, community is community. Sisterhood is sisterhood. We do good work getting Black women out on sabbatical, out on career break, out moving abroad, out as nomads, bopping around, out house sitting. But the best, even more impactful than that work is connecting Black women with Black women, helping them find their sisterhood, their chosen family, their friends, their gang, their golden girls. That is even better. I believe that Black women leaving the United States, moving to another country, gives Black women a better life. It gives their whole family a better future. I believe that. I still also believe that the friendships, the connection, the community, the sisterhood is even more valuable than that. Get yours. Get yours. Golden Girls for the win. Get yours. Okay? Okay. Kimberly, I'm not even going and I'm excited for y'all. All right. I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I'll keep you posted on it all. And I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Yeah, so I think there's already a New York meetup happening. It may have just happened. Anyway, go to exodussummit.com/community, join the Exodus Summit community, and then when you get in, go to events. You'll see the events section. Look and see. If there's a past event, there's probably going to be a future event because most women, they don't, once they get together, they want to keep getting together. But even if there is nothing coming up for your space, whether there's something coming up for your place or not, you can make a meetup. Even if there's a meetup happening that next weekend, you can make a meetup. Exodus Summit right now, as it stands, right? Things may change, but as it stands right now, you can make a meetup. If you're a member of the community, you can create a meetup. Okay, create a place for you to have real connection. The meetups are a very specific thing. They're conversation and connection, friendship, maybe accountability partners. They're not, I have something to sell you. You don't have to worry about that. I have not had anyone report back that, right? I got something to sell you. Okay. Yeah, I'm really going. So I have to pick up the car. I'll get to the car. It's at the airport. So I'll be there about 11:30. And then I got to see how long is it going to take to get to Pancake. Directions from the airport. Oh, it's only 15 minutes away. Yeah. So 12 noon. Yeah, I'm going. Is there more? If there's more than one location, I'm gonna tell you right now, Loranda, because if I wait and try to WhatsApp you, is there one, whatever one is 15 minutes from the airport to the west? Give me the address in case there's more than one. Apache Road. Anybody else want to come? You're welcome. If you're in Las Vegas, in 3 hours, I'll meet you at the original Pancake House. Original Pancake House on Apache Road, Fort Apache Road. Loranda, if you're coming, I'll see you. I'll see you again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that's it. Okay, so nice to hang out with you guys again. Next time I'll be in Vietnam. I may have a guest next week, actually. No, next week will I be in Vietnam or will I be in? Oh, no, it'll probably be me because I want to I want to talk. It'll probably be me. But maybe some of the women who are staying with me. Next Saturday. I've closed this video out 4 times. I'm aware, but give me one more second to look at my calendar. Next Saturday is the 15th, so I'll be checking into, but it'll be the evening, not the morning. It'll be 10 a.m. Eastern time, which should be about 10 p.m. in Vietnam. What's the time in Vietnam right now? Oh, midnight, 10 p.m. I think I'll do it. Start at 10 p.m. If I take a nap, I think I'll be live again next Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Hoi An time. And it'll just probably be a little shorter. But I think I'll still do it. Maybe some of the women who are staying there will join in. Yeah. Okay. Nice talking to you guys. Thank you. Yes, I got a plan. Listen, I'm 50. I cannot be functioning at 10 and 11 p.m. unless some things work out. Unless I have a good nap at 10 p.m., I will be seeing my eyelids and not y'all. Okay. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Nice to see you guys. No, my jet lag, I leave on Monday, so I'll be fine, Nichelle. I go to Hong Kong on Monday. So jet lag, I'll be on schedule by then. Naps are important. Naps are how I live my life. Okay. Yeah. I think I'll be here. If not, I'll get somebody arranged to be my guest host, but I think I'll be here. Okay. All right. Nice to see you. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy February. Bye, guys.